What's up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. So today it's windy. It's a little too cold to fix the convertible top on the 350Z. That was going to be my original how-to video, but instead let's do a 5 reasons why I love my STI, 5 reasons why I don't, and if you're looking to buy one, here's what you should know. So the first real reason I love this car for many purposes is my driver controlled center diff. So in the middle, I have a button to where I can put my lock on, and then I can change the power, which this very bottom one changes it to 30% power in the front, 70% in the rear, and then I believe this one is the other way around. I'm not exactly sure. I usually only use locked and full. But so I love that, especially during the wintertime, because when it's snowing a lot, this is my daily snow driver. So when there's 2 feet of snow, just lock the diff up and this thing rips in the snow. Snow tires, summer tires, well, I'd say all seasons at least, but super easy to control just from the middle here. Just click on off, that's all it takes. My next favorite reason is gonna be this button right here, is my intercooler sprayer. So, as you can see, misting out. I'm going to show you guys one on the outside as well. But so this does come with a factory intercooler sprayer. So when you are at the track, ripping canyon roads, whatever, and it's hot out and you want to help get some cooler, more dense air through the intercooler, you hit the intercooler sprayer, it soaks the top of the intercooler, then you can get the airflow, cools down the air, helps make it a little bit more dense, gives you more power, helps with all of that stuff drastically. Fill it in the back. It's, like I said, it's all one system, good to go from factory. Let me show you outside. Up next on the list is going to be mods, including top mount intercooler, blow off valve, a cold air intake, up pipe, down pipe, exhaust systems, everything else, including coilovers or low ring springs in my situation. All of these mods was done in my driveway. They are all super simple, but that also leads me to the first negative of owning a Subaru, and that's when something goes wrong inside the motor. Taking these motors out, there is on the STI a lot of bolts, hoses, steps to get it out. If you do it a lot, you can do it quickly. If you don't know what you're doing, it can be very difficult. So anything when it comes to head gaskets, valve covers, bottom of the block, the motor has to come out. So if you don't know how to remove a motor, or you don't feel comfortable, it's going to be a lot of money if you do end up blowing head gaskets or have valve cover issues, timing issues. These cars are expensive, and they are notorious for head gaskets if they aren't treated properly. When it comes to the operating temps, if they overheat, little stuff like that, and constant oil changes helps when you keep that preventative maintenance going. But they are notorious for having these issues. I've had a lot of other friends have issues with their car multiple times, and that's why they no longer have a Subaru. But I've never had issues with head gaskets or anything too crazy other than a slight power steering leak that's never really ended up that bad. So now my fourth reason of why I love owning the Subaru comes into play, and that's going to be the 6-speed transmission, which is smooth as butter. The reason why I love this thing is because stock, the gears in a 6-speed can hold, I would say you could probably get comfortable with about 600 horsepower on a stock transmission, with the stock gears in the transmission. I would say do a clutch, flywheel, all that stuff, but the actual internals on these 6 speeds are phenomenal. The 5-speed in the WX, I love how long the gears are. I love the the gearing ratio, but they are not reliable when it comes to 450 torque or more. I wouldn't even put 400 pounds of torque into those transmissions without worrying about it. These 6 speeds, they are strong. They're built to last. I do love these things, but they're also very expensive if they get broken. 5 speeds, there's a lot more of them. You can get gearing for them a lot better. These 6 speeds, they are very expensive. either STI or WRX is just because of the Subi rumble. Everyone loves the Subi rumble. Can't go wrong with the unequal length headers and just how good it sounds, especially if you have a fully straight piped, fully Tomei exhaust system like Michael does in his 14 WRX, which is an absolute rocket ship. So I love the Subi rumble. The only thing is, if I could, I would buy an Evo, probably Evo 7. I love Evo 7s. I love their body style. The only thing is, everyone has a Subaru. Not a lot of people have Evos. You know, you don't see Evos getting daily down the street. I like to drive my cars. The Evo 4-cylinder, the way they're set up, you can make a lot more power out of them for a lot cheaper, but you can't find one for less than $30,000-$40,000. That brings me to my con list. So we have, if your head gaskets go, a lot of work to get it out if you want to do it yourself, or a lot of money at a shop if you want to get them to be replaced. Second, everyone has one. Everyone and their brother has one. There's 3 just over here, just from what I can see, and then there's another one over there. It's just, everyone has a Subaru. They're fantastic cars, and I'm not ragging on it, but if you want to be different, don't get an STI. The other thing is the 5 speeds. 5 speeds, I don't mind 5 speeds. I love how long their gears are, but they are just fragile. You can't get a lot of power out of them unless you put a bunch of money into straight cut gears and so on. The amount of money that it takes to make these things fast with their stock setup. So 300 horsepower from factory. I am maybe at 350, 360, and I've got a $700 Cobb access port. I've got $200 pair and recirculating blow-off valve, $500 intercooler, got a $200 NVIDIA up pipe, an exhaust system. Like I said, it was off-brand. Doesn't even match up all the way, as you can tell by my bumper. The thing was $300. Cold air intake, and all the little stuff. And if I were to go get a full dyno tune, that's $700, $800, maybe even $1,000, depending on how many passes I want to do. And this thing still is not going to be making over 400 horsepower, because it's, right now with the mileage it has on it, I would not put this motor through that. I'm scared to go get this motor tuned. I'm waiting so I can build my other motor or get a built motor, but just the price of keeping these things alive can be quite a bit. My last pro is just the blue bucket seats are such a plus with the blue door cards. You cannot go wrong with how these things look. And then on the outside, you got your gold BBSs or your silver ones. You got these bad boy Brembos, mud flaps. The rally cars, they're just fantastic. I love this car. I cannot get rid of this car, but there's a lot of things that I would change differently, like possibly steering away from the Boxer setup, keeping the 6-speed transmission. Another big thing, if you want to make big power, you have to go rotated turbo setup, front mount intercooler. There's not a lot of room. Evos, it's hard, but they're set up to make big power fairly easy. So it's going to be more personal preference. They are so similar back and forth. And I don't want to make this video, Evos or not Evos. Gears and Gasoline, they have a great video out about the Evo 10 and his 18 WRX STI. I believe it's 18 or 17, I always forget. But they have a great, versus video on the Evo and the Subaru, because they are so similar. But that's just my opinion on what I would change, what I like, what I dislike. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully, if you are planning on buying an STI, this leads you to buy one, but it also lets you think, if you have the extra money, to maybe go buy an Evo that you've been wanting, and this has just been what you needed. So with that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I might put a quick roller on the other side of this, but we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned. If you guys have any comments or questions about my opinion on another feature of this car, please just drop it down in the comments below. Otherwise, share with friends, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.